really talked about Emmett's backstory in detail, so why not? It's pretty on brand. Our beloved Emmett was born in 1915 in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. He's 6'5" with dark curly brown hair, an imposing frame, and a youthful, innocent face with dimples. He grew up in a large family and had what his parents called a wild adolescence. He ran with a wild crowd who frequently drank, gambled, and womanized. However, he was always very good to his family. He was an excellent hunter and always provided for them. In 1935, when he was 20, on a routine hunting trip in the Great Smoky Mountains, Emmett was attacked by a very large bear. He was fatally injured and began to lose consciousness when he thought he heard a second bear fighting with the first bear. Then all of a sudden he felt like he was flying. It was not in fact another bear, and he was not flying. It was a beautiful blonde woman. Rosalie found Emmett and carried his bleeding body miles to Carlisle because she wanted to turn him, which was very impressive on her part. Rosalie has amazing self-control and has never tasted human blood, especially because this was only 2 years after she herself was turned. And fun fact, Rosalie and Emmett are like the only vampire couple that are actually the same age. They were born in the same year and totally could have known each other as humans. Anyway, Emmett is rapidly losing consciousness here, and he thinks Rosalie is an angel and he's died and gone to heaven. He also thinks Carlisle is God, which, not even close. But anyway, Carlisle turns him, he spends a couple days in agony, and then wakes up as a really strong vampire. Emmett takes the whole thing exceptionally well because he's carefree and not one to worry about things he can't control. His early years as a vampire, though, were totally chaotic. He was completely off the rails and had a really hard time controlling his thirst. The Cullens had to move around a lot during this time because Emmett was so out of control, but they all considered it to be worth it because they liked him so much. Emmett's easygoing and fun-loving nature made everyone more comfortable, and Rosalie a different person entirely. Eventually, Rosalie and Emmett got married, and over the years, they've gotten married several times and had several weddings just for fun, and they also sometimes live separately from the rest of the Cullens as a married couple. Emmett still thinks of Rosalie as his angel. Emmett was overall pretty happy to be a big, strong, powerful vampire who could take down bears anytime he wanted and spend eternity with Rosalie, but he did feel really bad about leaving his family, so he left the small fortune he got from Edward on their doorstep before leaving, making sure they were taken care of without him. Some fun facts about Emmett are, he loves competitive sports and games, particularly anything that involves a physical challenge. Emmett is a Gryffindor, like I said. He has a red Jeep Wrangler modified for off-roading. He has attended high school and college many times over the years, but has never completed any degree because he prefers instead to jump quickly from one subject that interests him to the next. And even though vampires cannot digest food, he actually eats a dozen eggs every day just for aesthetic. I'm totally kidding, that's not real, that's Catherine.